The first time I stepped on a snowboard, I was 8 years old behind my dad's snowmobile with my sister's hand-me-down. It was a pretty rough experience, but I knew right away I loved it. When I was 13, I qualified for my first professional event. Back then it wasn't an Olympic sport, so I never could have foreseen all of this. Growing up, I felt like my snowboard was my magic carpet. I could kind of go to the mountains, explore, getting down crazy terrain and doing tricks and finding that flow is like nothing else. It's the best now still. This snowboard has brought me all over the planet. I think all of us want to find something that gives us that freedom and power to tap into our own superhero self, and snowboarding kind of brought me that at a young age. My name's Jamie Anderson. I'm a professional snowboarder and Olympic gold medalist.
My mom always likes to tell the story of when she was pregnant with me. She was somewhere cold and there was ice on the ground or whatever, and she was walking and slipped. And they thought that she was gonna miscarry, but that was what she thinks is the transfer of why I became an ice short track speed skater. The first time I competed in ice, I had just come from inline skating, so it was a completely different ballgame for me, from wheels to blades. I didn't really know what to wear. My parents didn't either, so they kind of went to the store, got some tight-fitting stuff and some volleyball knee pads. I showed up to the competition. I was like, all right, I'm ready to go. Everybody's gonna be wearing the same thing as me. Nope, that was not the case, and I kind of looked like a goon. The time I felt most like a hero was when I broke the world record. I wasn't expecting it, and when it happened, it was kind of a monumental mark in the sport. It's definitely fun to go through. My name's Jaroselski, and I'm a short track speed skater.
First time I played hockey probably was the funnest thing I've ever done in my life, and I'm just blessed to be able to still play the sport that I love. Tyler Karen, me and him, we were changing a flat tire of a vehicle, and someone from our school wasn't paying attention and ran us both over, leaving us both without legs above the knee. I played hockey my whole life before we got injured, so as soon as we got hurt, USA Hockey gave us a call and said, hey, we have a program you can try out. I actually didn't want to play sled hockey right after I got hurt, and 6 months later I gave it a try. I fell in love with the sport again. I started playing, then Tyler started playing. Now we're both defensemen on the US national team, and he's got a gold medal and I have 2. You know, if anything happens with him, I'm right next to him, and if something happens with me, he's right there. We're kind of like the Bash brothers. It's pretty intense and hard, but I think it's probably one of the coolest feelings you can ever have. My name is Nico Landeros, and I play sled hockey for the United States of America.
First time I picked up skis, I was 3 years old. I just skied because I loved it, and I did it with my family, I did it with my friends, and I just wanted to be on the mountain as much as I could. One thing that I love about free skiing is that it really is free. You choose your run, you choose the way you want to get down the course, the tricks you want to do. After an event, getting to stand on the podium, it's a pretty amazing feeling. You do feel larger than life in that split second, and you get to feel like a superhero. I'm Gus Kenworthy, and I am a free skier competing in halfpipe and slopestyle.
The first actual time I went down the track, I was terrified. I was kind of a wimp with things like that, but I was so competitive and I was not going to be the one to chicken out. You know, I had no idea what I was really getting myself into, but I was 12, and apparently I showed some potential. On average, I probably hit speeds around 80 miles an hour. The fastest I've ever gone is 90. It's usually the first response when people talk about luge, you go by and that's it. It's like a split second, boom, and you're gone. My first couple of years when I got into the sport, I wasn't super good at it right away. It challenged me for sure. That almost made me want to come back stronger every time. Once they kind of introduced us to the whole path to the Olympics, I was hooked. They give you this little triangle, and the very tiny bit at the top is the Olympic team, and I was like, okay, I want to do that. I just did everything I could and dedicated everything I did to trying to get there. My name is Erin Hamlin, and I participate in the sport of luge.
Just the speed that you feel, the wind blowing in your face, learning new jumps, trying new jumps, and just succeeding in certain things. Just a feeling that I've never found anywhere else. I remember watching my brothers play hockey, and I really wanted to be a goalie. So I asked my mom if I could play hockey if I could be a goalie. She took me to the skate counter, compared the two blades, a figure skate and a hockey skate. Saw that the figure skate blade looked flatter, seemed to be easier than a hockey skate blade. So I threw on a pair of those, refused to get off the ice, just loved it from the start, and kind of just took off from there. I mean, I just did it because I thought it was fun, honestly, and my mom really helped keep it fun for me. Traveled around the nation for me just for skating. As I got a little bit older and really started doing tricks and stuff, I just remember trying new things and seeing what people were doing on TV and trying to mimic that, watching the top skaters and just wanting to be like them, do what they were doing, and I just remember having so much fun. My name is Nathan Chen, and I am a figure skater.